Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Andrea. It's nice to have you guys here. Today I thought I would do a bit of a life update slash fall preview kind of video. It's been a while since I've sat down and done a kind of general life update. Obviously, if you've been watching the vlogs, you probably know a lot of what's been going on, but I kind of find doing these life update videos kind of recapping the previous few months and just kind of looking ahead a bit to the future is always helpful. So I've got my coffee here. So diving right in, life update. I'm going to kind of cover three main categories. So school, life at home, and writing slash publishing. So school is about to start. It is officially back to school season. As I am filming this, the first day of the fall semester at the university is tomorrow. I think I'm ready. My schedule this semester is a little bit different than usual. I'm teaching 4 online classes, which I usually don't have that many online sections, so I'm really grateful for that. And then I'm going to have I was supposed to have one face-to-face class that has now been turned into a Zoom only class. Rather than meeting in our classroom, we will be meeting online on Mondays and Wednesdays at our scheduled time on Zoom. That's going to be interesting. I've never taught synchronously on Zoom. I'm less worried about teaching on Zoom than I'm worried about the fact that it's a 3-hour class 2 days a week. So it's not the Zoom part that worries me, it's the 3-hour part. It's a condensed course, so instead of being 16 weeks long, it's 7.5 weeks long, which is why the class sessions each day are so long, because each class session is essentially a full week of class. So rather than meeting for an hour and 15 minutes twice a week or 50 minutes 3 times a week, we just meet for, it's roughly 3 hours. I think it's like 2 hours and 45 minutes. It's going to be a good amount of time. So hopefully my students just have a good sense of humor and are able to kind of roll with things. I'm trying to make sure that my plans are as adaptable as possible so that each day I can just kind of read the mood of the class and kind of change plans on the fly if I need to. Everything's pretty much ready. I've got all of my class prep done. All of my Canvas shells have been created. There was an issue this week where a student emailed me on Monday, I think, and said, Canvas is showing that something is due today, but class doesn't start until Thursday. I was just wondering what's going on. It screwed up the deadlines for all of them. So it did not copy over the deadlines as I had set them in the development course. So I don't know if that's just a thing, I feel like it's done that to me before though. So I do think I wasted time setting all the deadlines in the development course because it wasn't gonna matter anyway. It screwed them all up. So basically it was telling my students that everything for the entire course was basically due this week. So obviously it was wrong, but it did still panic a couple students. So I had to get that fixed. So there's already been some fun stuff with teaching, but it'll be fine. I'm hoping it's not a preview of what's to come. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting semester, I feel like. For any of you who are watching who are students or faculty, I think we all just kind of have to buckle up and prepare ourselves that nothing is going to go as, I have loose plans, but like nothing's going to go the way we have planned. Nothing. So we just have to be prepared to just take things as they come, basically. So it's going to be an interesting semester. As of now, my university is planned to be in person. So some of us will have, if we were already assigned an online class, that's still an online class. And then some of the face-to-face classes are going in person, and then some of them are Zoom only. So I was able to get one that is Zoom only. So I will be working remotely. So that's everything with school. Life at home is starting to kind of settle back to what the normal had kind of developed into since March. If you were watching the vlogs, you know that I was having major trouble with my air conditioning here in my apartment for about 5 weeks. It took about 5 full weeks to get it completely sorted. It has been sorted. I have a complete brand new air conditioning system. That's great. I'm still getting used to all of the new noises and what the new air conditioning sounds like, and adjusting being back at my own home after staying with my parents I was over there for about 3 weeks total, off and on in the beginning, and then 2 weeks straight at the end. So getting settled back into my routine back here is taking a little while, but part of the problem was I was already struggling being home. Summer is hard for me in general. I really struggle in the summer because it is just so hot here in Arizona. If you've been following me for at least, the past year and listened to me last summer, but if you're new to this channel within the last few months, yeah, summer is hard. It's currently 105 and it's just on 12 o'clock noon. I think it's going to get up to 107 today. The 10-day forecast has everything from 105 up to 111, 112. So it's still really hot. August is usually one of the hottest months. July and August. September, fingers crossed, it should start to cool down ever so slightly. But honestly, I'm at the point where even if 100 was the high, that would make such a difference. We're definitely well past the halfway point. We're so close. We're so close to the end of summer weather, or the really high summer temperatures. My mental health has definitely been interesting. Thankfully, I've been able to maintain my weekly therapy appointments using telehealth video conferencing, so that's been great. But my mental health has definitely been struggling. And I'm mentioning this primarily so that if any of you are also kind of struggling in the same way, that hopefully it'll just help you feel like you're not alone and it's normal. I think a lot of us are dealing with this, especially if you're somewhere like Arizona that is still dealing with the pandemic. I'm still at home all the time, and if I'm not at my home, then I'm at my parents' home. But I'm not able to go to the movies. I'm not going to Target just to get out of my apartment for an hour and wander around. I'm not going to the mall. I'm not going out to Zinc or any other restaurants. I'm not meeting up with friends. I'm not even having friends come over here. I'm not seeing anyone or going anywhere other than seeing my parents and going to my parents' house. So over the last couple months, I feel like in the very beginning I was okay because I had work and I was focused on that. And then I had my book and I was writing the first draft of that, and so that was a nice distraction. I went through a period in April while I was still teaching where I had no motivation, no focus. I was struggling to sleep. I really just couldn't. It took me 5 times longer than usual to get anything done. Everything was just really, really hard. Everything felt like a massive effort, even things that normally feel like nothing to me and that I normally am able to just do and get done and get checked off my list. And then that kind of subsided earlier in the summer. I'd say by May, June, I think, because I was so focused on the book and I was feeling good about all of that. But then over the last, I'd say 3 to 4 weeks, partly because of the air conditioning drama and just my response to that, which I feel like throughout all the vlogs, it wasn't that, on the one hand, it was just my air conditioning and I had a safe and cool place to go, so it really wasn't that big of a deal. I didn't have to pay for anything, but it wasn't about the air conditioning. It was more about, I was already feeling really stuck and insecure here in my own home, and now there was a legitimate reason why I couldn't be in my own home, but I knew that being out of my home was just going to aggravate those feelings of insecurity. And so it did. When I came back, I'm still not feeling 100% secure and comfortable in my own home, which I hate having that feeling. And I know that it is largely due to the pandemic and to the fact that I'm not seeing my friends in person, and like FaceTime and Zoom are great, but they're not a long-term substitute to actually being able to have social interaction. So I'm not able to see people. I'm not able to do stuff. I'm not able to go out. I'm spending all of my time here at home. And then I start to feel guilty because I have a home, and it's a nice home, and it is a comfortable home. You know, I've got so many things that I should be grateful for, and I am. But mental health, anxiety, depression, it doesn't care about counting your blessings. It doesn't care about all the good things that you have. It just cares about these negative thought spirals that it gets attached to. And so I think if your mental health is struggling more than usual, or if, like me, you're finding that the usual coping skills that you have aren't helping, because I was doing really well with my anxiety and depression before the pandemic struck. I was doing really well, and I feel like I've just taken several giant steps backwards. All of the coping skills, all of the coping mechanisms, things that I kind of had put in place to help me just deal with things, to help me kind of talk myself out of this negative thought spirals, it doesn't work. It's like I start doing that and my brain's just like, no, we can tell you're bullshitting yourself. This isn't true. It wants to believe the stress and the stressful and anxious thoughts. So that's been a whole thing, to try to find some new coping skills, to try to find some new ways of dealing with stress. Part of that is slowly getting my apartment kind of back, not just back in order, but like in an even better order than it was before. So I've got a lot of reorganizing projects that I'm doing, and a lot of just like redecorating, rearranging, things like that. So this whole backdrop here is going to be changing. So that's kind of how life at home has been. It's not been the greatest. It's not been the worst. It's not been the greatest. I feel like I've been telling this to some of my friends lately when they ask how I'm doing. It's like, I'm not good. I'm not okay. I'm not going to say I'm okay. I'm not going to say I'm fine, because I'm not fine, but I will be. I'll be okay. It will be okay. And it will be okay. It'll be okay in increments, and some of those increments will start sooner than later. So like, I know that once I get all the residual piles of stuff and bags of stuff sorted through and either put away or gotten rid of, like, that will help. And then I've told myself, once I do that, I can put all of my fall decorations up. And so I know once all the fall leaves are out and stuff, and once the temperatures outside drop just a little bit, then I'll be a little bit more okay still. And like, it'll just keep going like that. And then soon it'll be Christmas, and I'm always at least a little bit okay at Christmas time. So there's things coming up that I'm looking forward to, and I know that like, once I get past that kind of initial stress and increased workload of the start of the semester, once we kind of get into the semester, things will calm down a little bit. So I'm not okay right now. I'm not horrible, but I'm not great. I'm just kind of dealing with everything. But I know that starting in the next few weeks, things will start to get a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. So that's kind of what I'm trying to just focus on. In terms of writing and publishing, and an update on that, the book is written, and I'm partway through editing it. I'm definitely getting behind, and that was stressing me out, but I'm trying not, like, of all the things to stress about, I'm trying to remind myself that that is not one thing that I should stress about. I need to just kind of chill where that's concerned, because it really will be fine. All of my deadlines are self-imposed. It's not like I've got an editor or a publisher breathing down my neck asking where edits are. And I built out my publishing schedule for this year to include some really generous kind of cushion time. So I had hoped to be done with the editing by September 1st, but technically I could go about halfway, even 3/4 of the way into September, because copy editing and formatting won't take as long as I had scheduled. I'm working on the 3rd draft right now. My mom is currently reading the 2nd draft, so I'm making my edits in the 3rd draft, and then I'll take her edits, her suggestions on board and make those edits, and then we'll see how it goes. But getting into the kind of fall preview portion of this video really quickly, in terms of future book plans, Across the Pond Book 2, the title reveal will be coming soon. I will be doing that on my Andrea J. Severson Instagram account. My aim is to do that before September, so sometime in the next 10-11 days. So that will be coming very soon, and that will be coming on that Instagram account, so make sure that you are following my writer account if you are not already. So that's exciting. I'm looking forward to doing the title reveal. The cover reveal will hopefully be coming sometime in October. I'm still working with my cover designer on that, but that is the hope, that we will have at least that front cover illustration done by October for marketing purposes. Right now, I'm saying December as the release. I'm hoping for mid-December, so like somewhere between the 10th and the 15th. I'm hoping that by the end of November, I will be able to say a more specific release day. So for now, in my head, I'm just kind of thinking and calculating backwards from mid-December. So my goal is to have everything kind of up and in the KDP system by like sometime in that first week of November, because then I'll need to proof everything and then order a physical proof copy of the paperback book before I set everything live in December. This time the paperback will come out at the same time as the Kindle. I have learned my lesson, so it will be a dual release of both Kindle and paperback. I've learned that it's about an equal number of you want the physical copy as wants a digital copy. I love the support that you all have given A Brave Start, so I'm really excited to bring the next installment. If you want to try to guess the title of the 2nd book, the title is kind of teased / hinted at in the end of A Brave Start. So I will be doing the full title reveal very soon on Instagram. In terms of YouTube plans, I'm trying, and so far succeeding, to get back into my 3 upload a week schedule. So I'm doing sit-down videos on Mondays and Fridays and the weekly vlogs on Wednesdays. So I'm going to continue doing that. I had thought initially, months ago, thinking about content this year, I had thought I would do Vlogtober. I haven't done Vlogtober in a couple years because last year I was going to London at the very end of October and then into November, and so I knew I would have all the travel vlogs, so I didn't do Vlogtober last year. I think I did it the year before. I've kind of been doing it every other year since I started my channel, so that would mean that this year would be the year to do it, and I'm not traveling this year, so I could, but now I don't know, because I'm not doing anything, and I don't think things in Arizona are going to change enough by October. So Vlogtober would really just be me working at home and me working on the book. So I don't know if doing daily vlogging in Vlogtober would be that entertaining. So another option I was thinking of would be the regular weekly vlogs showing everything, but then maybe weekly self-publishing vlog diaries of kind of just focused on the book progress. So I wouldn't mention the book in the regular weekly vlogs, but I would do weekly vlog, kind of a weekly vlog style diary of the self-publishing process as I'm getting into that point, because that would be hopefully the cover reveal, all the final edits, all the formatting, and starting to get towards putting things up. And then I could continue that into November, so kind of the last 6 to 8 weeks of publishing the book, doing weekly video updates on that, which might help keep me accountable. That's kind of where I'm thinking about things for YouTube and the book. And then home plans pretty soon. All the summer stuff is going to get put away. All the summer flowers, all the summer decor is going to get replaced with fall. It's going to start to get very autumnal in here. I will, of course, do one of my usual decorate for fall with me videos because those are always fun. And then some other big home plans. I'm still working on my closet. So I've done part 1 of my closet video, but part 2 is going to kind of be a closet makeover. So just making it look a little bit more organized and a little bit more pretty. So that will be coming soon, and that will be a home project that I'm completing in the next few weeks. Another big home project is going to be cleaning up all of this back here. So I've got a couple more bits coming in the mail to help me with that. So I've got some fun home plans coming up. And then of course in November, it's going to become full Christmas in here. Oh, and also as far as YouTube plans go, whether I am at home or able to go out in December or not, I will definitely do Vlogmas. I have done Vlogmas every single year I've had this channel. Vlogmas is my favorite time of year for YouTube, so I will definitely be doing Vlogmas even if it is just a lot of at-home content, but you definitely have that to look forward to for those of you who do, I know, look forward to my Vlogmas videos. There's your update. There's your fall preview. Let me know in the comments how you are doing and what you guys are up to. How has your year been going so far? If we haven't been talking in the comments lately, give me an update. I'd love to know. What do you have coming up? I'd love to know one thing that you are looking forward to in the last few months of 2020. What are you looking forward to? What do you have coming up that's just making you feel excited? For me, it's definitely fall weather coming slowly but surely, being able to open my windows again, being able to go out for a walk and going hiking. I know that will have a huge impact on my mood. And then as always, I'm looking forward to Christmas. So yeah. So let me know what you're looking forward to, and yeah, give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'd really appreciate that. Say hi in the comments. Let me know how you're doing, and I will talk to you all soon in the next video. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye-bye.